Let's move on to Browns Cowboys. This is going to be a fun breakdown. Cowboys opened up at -5 at Bet365. They're now at 4.5. There's 1-4 on the board. This total is sitting at 55.5. A couple books have moved it to 55. And Victor Liu, he's right. I mean, he says, well, I shouldn't say he's right yet, but what he's saying is bet everything under. The book going to throw high totals on everything. What we're seeing is without the crowd noise, the visiting team is able to call audibles, do whatever they need to do at the line of scrimmage, and points are being scored. Let's talk about Browns-Cowboys here. 2-1 Browns, 1-2 Cowboys. Baker Mayfield threw 2 touchdown passes. Chubb ran for 2 more. Garrett looked like the number 1 overall pick that he is in their 34-20 win over the Washington football team on Sunday. Chubb, 108 yards, 19 carries. Garrett's strip sack was monstrous. He just looked dominant. Throughout. And this Browns team is getting healthy. So Denzel Ward is still an issue. He started after being listed as questionable, but he didn't play in the second half. So he's got a groin issue. JoJo Natson will have an MRI in his knee, but the issues that they had in the first week of the season and partially in the second week of the season are gone, other than Denzel Ward. Browns are a dangerous dog. Now let's talk about the Cowboys. Prescott, 37 of 57, 472 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 38-31 loss at Seattle. Career highs for yards and attempts. Elliott finishes with 34 yards on 14 carries. He's not looked good this year. Aldon Smith, Bebs, we know this guy well. And, man, did he bring back memories. 3 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 4 quarterback hits in the pass defense. Jeez, Aldon Smith. But Van Der Esch, collarbone out for 6 to 8 weeks. Sean Lee, 6 weeks. They have issues, and they have Joe Thomas starting in their place, a middle linebacker.
When is Sean Lee not hurt?
Yeah. And you said this about Van Der Esch when he was drafted. Are the Browns a live dog, Bebsy?
I think it's Browns or no play for me. Just that the points that the Browns are being given in this is almost disrespectful. It's hard to say that, as you probably should disrespect the Browns. They've really, throughout the return of their franchise, have given you no other reason but to disrespect them. And I just don't think the Cowboys are a good team. It's year after year you hear, oh, this Cowboys team is different. This Cowboys team is great. No, they're not. They're still not a good football team. They still can't put it together. Their best player on defense is a guy who hasn't played in 5 years. This Browns play is very enticing for me right now. There's no value in putting money on Dallas for me. This might be a play for me. I feel like I need to think about this a little bit, but if anything, I am on the Browns here. I like them a lot more going into this week. And especially just being disrespected. Again, feels weird saying disrespected about the Browns, but just the way this opened, I like the Browns. I have no faith in the Cowboys.
I don't see how we don't take the Browns with the points here. I do not think this. I think this is going to be down to 3.5 by kickoff, certainly 4. And sometimes I need to talk these out loud. And also, I think that's going to change as we move forward. We're getting through. NHL's done. We're getting through MLB. NBA's almost done. And it's going to be all football all the time until NCAA basketball starts. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. Trem Bologna Sandwich says, I think Mayfield just collapses. I don't think he does. I think he's got having Chubb. Take it away, Bebsy.
Well, you were just going to say what I was going to say. Having Chubb and Hunt means you don't have to worry about Mayfield collapsing, especially against a team I don't believe can stop the run with Lee and Van Der Esch out. Just, hand that ball off. Ride those 2 running backs. You have that good 1-2 punch, and just make Mayfield not screw up that much. That's the game plan going forward for them.
I've moved Well, I haven't bet it yet. And you guys know, those of you who've been watching before, if you're watching now, I will get the line that I bet at Bet365 will be my official line that I get. I'm going to take the Browns plus 4.5. We line shop for Bebsy on the legal licensed books. All right. I'm in. Browns plus 4.5. Bebsy, can you touch on this total here? High. We have high totals. This is one of them, 55 or 55.5.
Yeah, it's a very high total, and I appreciate it being high in that the Dallas defense is very easy to score on right now. So, yeah, I feel like it's going to be high, but this is a very high total. So, I don't have any interest really in the points total, but I think I gotta make Cleveland one of my official picks here. It's just too enticing right now.
Well, let's see what I can offer you. Maybe that will help you make a decision here. We're on the odds page here, odds.com. For the Browns, there are, wow, that's crazy. There's a 5.5 on the board at Fox Bet. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely crazy.
You got to take that.
Fox Bet is at 5.5. Bet Rivers has a 5. All the other books are at 4.5. Wow, that Fox Bet's that's not going to be long around for long. Would you like Fox Bets plus 5.5 at minus 110, Bebsy?
Lock it in for me, buddy. I like that too much. That's too nice to stay away from.
All right. Fox Bet plus 5.5 at minus 110. Fox Bet. Jeez, that was shocking. And then I'm a plus 4.5. And when we had this issue, Maceo, absolutely best bet at the end. Oh God, gas station. I would never do a show up against your horse capping show, but we do have an opening line show here every Tuesday. I would never do that on purpose. Gas station. Ever. I'm going to move on the 4.5 at minus 110. And what I was about to say before, gas station said, "Am I doing a show straight up against our horse capping show?" Come on, gas station. This is not trying to. I want more people to bet on horses, not less. The Falcons in week 1, I didn't take because I could only get the 4 and not the 6 that Bebsy got, and I stayed off of it. All right, I'm not going to make that mistake here. I'm going to still follow through with the 4.5 minus 110 on the Browns.